Oh my goodness! Welcome everybody to the big show. Hi everybody, how you doing? It's Bruce here, TWB, traveling with Bruce from Palm Desert, California. Oh, is it nice down here? We hit 80 degrees today. That's about 12 degrees above normal, at least. It was glorious. Oh my gosh, 80 degrees. It is Monday, January the 29th, 2024. Welcome all to the big show here. It's nice to see you all, and I hope you're all doing well. You're all healthy and wealthy and wise. Thank you for being here. It's nice to have you around. Oh my goodness, we are doing well. Jennifer, oh my gosh. Tomorrow marks 2 weeks since she's had her second hip replaced. On her, this one's on her right side. Last year she had her left one done. This time the right side. It's going great, really going great. She is right now, I would say, 10 days to 2 weeks ahead of schedule. It's really going well. She starts therapy tomorrow, and she does therapy now for twice a week for 4 weeks in a row. Then she'll do therapy for 1 week for a couple weeks after that. Not a problem. She can't wait. She's doing exercises, obviously, now, like she's supposed to. She can get up out of her own. She can get up on her own power. Last year, I would assist her in getting up off a couch or out of bed, help her stand up, and she'd be a bit wobbly. Then we'd give her the walker, and she'd steady herself, and off she went. And it would take these baby steps. Now, if it's the middle of the night and she has to go to the bathroom, she just gets out of bed, takes off her ice bladder thing that she uses to keep her hip cool with that machine we have. She takes it off herself. I'm sleeping. I don't even know what's going on. As she gets out of bed, grabs her cane and just walks to the bathroom. Like, just what? Unbelievable. We are looking at photos from last year to this year to see what the bruising looks like and how the affected area is doing. There's no comparison. It is just she looks like she's had surgery like a month and a half ago. It's incredible. It really is. We are pleased. Thank you all. Those of you who have been sending your wishes to her, they have been working very well. So yeah, it's great. We're just thrilled. It shows Jen and I that the indications already are very good that we could consider definitely a vacation sometime again this year. We can travel again. And the only question we have, a couple, is how much the recovery how far it'll go as far as how strong will her hips get and her legs get. What about the knees? Because for her knees, she's been compensating for both of her hips now for a decade plus, and her one knee is painful. But will just injections do it, or will we need a hip operation? This we don't know. So, one step at a time. This is step 2, hip number 1, hip number 2. Let's see where it goes from here, and then we'll press ahead. But she's very pleased, really, really happy. And so, yeah, we're looking good. Thank you all for popping in here. Sharon, number 4, welcome tonight from Central Jersey. On Saturday, Kevin and I were on our way to visit the American Dream Mall in Secaucus. And on the way, we passed the Outback Steakhouse, and we thought of you and Jen. I would imagine you would have, yes. We had a wonderful visit there with the gang. It was just fantastic. I can correct. Good evening, all from Saginaw, Michigan. The temperature is 34 degrees with light snow expected by dawn. I bought gas today, $2.94 a gallon. Janet and Ken, we're number 5 on that thumbs up meter. Alan Carter from Calgary is number 9. Welcome, sir. Rocky Grasso, hi there from Chesapeake, Virginia, where the temperature has been in the mid-40s. It's 41 now. Gas is $3.09, and I am thumbs up, number 7. Thank you, sir, and thank you very much for these thumbs ups and all these greetings, everybody. Robert is in the house. Good evening, everybody. Tom Henry, hello there. TWB fans, how's it going? Rocky, hi, Tom. Did Richmond get up to the upper 70s last week? It did here in Chesapeake. Yes, we did, says Tom. We did get into the 70s. Donnell, good evening to all TWB fans. I am number 11 thumbs up here. Great news about Anti-Gen. Go, Gen, go. Mark Zerbrick, best wishes from Mark and Brandy in Estero, Florida. Welcome. Thank you, our favorite. Nice to have you here. Mary Hilsman is here. Hi, Mary. I'm glad to hear she is doing well. Mark, best wishes from Mark and Brandy from Estero, Florida. Hope she gets better. Kevin Chapman, the author himself. Greetings, Bruce. A dank 40 degrees here in central New Jersey. Thumbs up, number 12. Best wishes to Jen on her recovery. There's a cruise in your future. That's what we're thinking. Very much likely. Terry Gallant, 33 days to the Odyssey to Seas. We cannot wait. I can imagine. Kirk Brunson. Hey, Bruce. Kirk from New York City. We're back, baby. I'm here. Look at SoFi go. You got to love that SoFi. You got to love those shares. Mary, number 16 today, and gas is $2.65 a gallon where we are. Let me know, folks, what temperature is it where you're at? What's the price of gas where you are? $2.65 a gallon. That's pretty good. Compared to what, 3 years ago, 2 years ago? It was just insane. Thank you for these thumbs ups, everybody. Last week, we had 120-something thumbs ups. I'm always hoping we can make 100. And the rerunners came in here. And the folks who watch on rerun, you guys are the best. I so appreciate you guys because you get us over the top. This live group here, they do everything they can to give us a good start on the thumbs up meter. They come in and hit the thumbs up button right off the get-go. And then you rerunners out there make it work. And those of you who send me a message, I really appreciate it. When you go to the bottom of the screen and you can leave a little message and you'll say, hey, Bruce, love the show. Thumbs up number 84 or thumbs up number 97 or what. It helps lets me know what you're doing because my phone alerts me wherever I am that, got a message from a viewer on TWB. Another thumbs ups. We're on our way to 100. Then folks are telling me, I'm 110. I'm number 115. Oh, that's awesome. You guys are incredible. It helps the channel get promoted on YouTube, and we do appreciate you. It keeps us alive. Sylvia, number 21. Hi, Bruce. It was 53 in Greensboro, North Carolina today. Robert, 32 degrees and light snow. And Anna Rogers. Hello, Bruce, from Ann and Brent in Ancaster, Ontario area. Welcome, you guys. Great to have my fellow Canadians here, a bunch of Americans, folks from the United Kingdom, Ireland, like Donnell. We have viewers occasionally joining us from Australia. Jeff Dinan, I know, is on the QE, the Queen Elizabeth right now in Australia, just off the coast. And he was talking to us on the sponsor member show before we did this show here. Thank you. Those of you who are sponsor members, very much appreciate your support of the channel. And looking forward to seeing you again exclusively next week at 7 o'clock Eastern Time. Those of you here at 8, it's the big show. I've got some news for you today, some cruise deals that I came across, and figured I'd share some stuff with you today. There are now 28 thumbs ups that have happened here on this show. Thank you for 28 thumbs ups. Absolutely fabulous. You guys are just marvelous. Keep them coming if you can. Who else? Let's see. Oh, Ms. M is here. Hi, Bruce and everybody. Welcome, Ms. M. Nice to see you in the house. For some news today, a little here, and I got some cruise deals for you. First of all, this story, I have to bring this one up every once in a while. I don't want to, but I will admit, I have to tell you the truth about. I think it was about 6 years ago, in the first year of this channel's life, maybe the second year of this channel's life, I made a video that has stood the test of time to be the most viewed video my channel has ever had. And it was all about the most dangerous cruise ports for travelers. And got to tell you, the number one port, the worst, the one with the most incidents, the port that has the most robberies, where warnings were out at that time for cruise ship passengers, is still having problems. It's Nassau, Bahamas. our friends in the Bahamas. We have some wonderful people in the Bahamas, a number of which watch this channel. Unfortunately, in the Bahamas, in Nassau in particular, there have already been this year, and this is the 29th of January, there have already been 18 murders in Nassau. Now, the reality is this. It's not like cruise ship passengers are being picked off by anybody. But the reality is they're having a gang wars going on in Nassau, gang against gang for territory, because there's money in them there hills in all these illicit activities, and it's a cash business. And the authorities, the United States Embassy in Nassau is warning Americans. They have raised the threat level, and they've heightened awareness to Americans to say, hey, just because you're on a cruise ship and you get off the ship in downtown Nassau and you want to walk around downtown Nassau, we have a warning for you guys. There is rampant violence, beatings, muggings, and murders in broad daylight. We're not talking about 2 a.m. outside the bar somewhere. No, we're talking about these type of incidents are happening during the daylight hours. And it's not like you might catch yourself in between two gang members, having an argument. You might just be an innocent victim of a drive-by shooting or of an errant shot, a bullet that missed the intended target and traveled another 100 yards and hit you. You don't know. And so, unfortunately, NASA just can't shake this unfortunate development, and apparently the authorities are saying we're working on it, increased police presence and all that. But I got to tell you, year after year after year after year, this doesn't end, and that's a problem. I do want to give kudos where kudos are due. And that is that Nassau did build a port entertainment center for cruise ship passengers. And this area that they've redone, $300 million cost, it was expensive, is also designed to be used for tours. So if you're going to Paradise Island from your cruise ship in Nassau, you don't have to leave the safety of the port area. You can literally get off your ship inside a gated area with security everywhere, and there are the buses that you get onto come into this area with only authorized personnel, and then I'm sure that the buses leave the area with security on board to take care of you on wherever you're going and coming back. But again, perception is reality, and unfortunately, Nassau is, they got a gang problem, and it's hurting. All right, Tom Henry, your best video, as far as this channel is concerned, is the one where you sold your house and swapped it for a big SRV. That is by far the greatest video ever made on this channel, and Tom saw it. It was a live video. And well, I thank you, Tom, very much. But I will say that the most viewed video I've ever done is the video about the 10 worst cruise ports. And I think 2 million views is being approached now. 2 million on one video. What can I say? But that was a good one, Tom. I got to tell you, that was a good one. And any of you ever want to know, you ever want to see that video, I think you can do a search on my channel, TWB, Traveling with Bruce RV video, something like that. It'll probably pop it up. You might be able to catch it yourself. Okay, other news for you. I'm going to move on here. Apparently, there was a cruise out of Jacksonville, Florida, that was on the Carnival ship known as the Elation. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe that the Carnival Elation cruise ship might be the oldest ship in the fleet. Unfortunately, Jacksonville happens to be home to one of the oldest ships in the fleet. It's a 5-day cruise, I guess. This was a 5-day cruise on the Elation, and they had The cruise line says they had a norovirus outbreak. Passengers, however, were saying this wasn't norovirus. This was a whole lot worse than that. And no one knows the truth because no one will speak at Carnival about it. Why should they? There's no obligation to say anything. But apparently one of the passengers said that they were in the infirmary for 2 days, and they were hooked up to IV, and that they were regurgitating everything they had, and it wasn't pretty. I'm not going into details, but apparently it wasn't pretty. Other passengers complained there were a high number of people infected, and the infection started on the actual first day at sea. Like, it was quick, and so I don't know what's going on. I'm finding, though, that more and more I hear about these norovirus infections, and it's Carnival Cruise Lines. Like, almost every time it's a Carnival ship. Another one. Like, what's going on with these guys? I don't know. I know Norwegians had their issues. Royal Caribbean's had their issues. But lately, norovirus on Carnival. What's happening over there? I can't say. Sylvia, when I have gone to Nassau, the people think I'm a native or from there because of my last name, laughing out loud. My husband's name is Dams, and there are a lot of dams in Nassau. There you go. Terry Gallant, where are you coming to us live from this evening? I'm in Palm Desert, California. I was mentioning that at the beginning of the show. Palm Desert, California, where we hit a high today of 80 degrees. 80 degrees. That's about 12 above normal. Very nice. And we love it. Okay, I have another story for you today that I thought I'd bring to you. Now, there was a press release made by Norwegian Cruise Lines. A press release was done a couple of days ago, and it's one of these. I mean, I'm an old man, so this is this is a problem I have. At the age I'm at now, 68 years of age. I was 62 when I started this channel. Now I'm 68. When I see these press releases, I know that this is what's the word I'm looking for? It's a PR stunt. It's a fluff job. It's an announcement designed to hide the bitter reality of something else. Okay, so flower up with a pretty little announcement, but hide the real reason that this was being done. Okay, so there's your setup. Okay, here's the story. A press release came out from Norwegian about the Norwegian Epic cruise ship and the Norwegian Getaway. Both are large. The Epic is at least 3,800 people. Can probably hold over 4,000 if you go maximum capacity. And Getaway is definitely over 4,000 people. So these are big ships for Norwegian. They are going to be starting Caribbean itineraries. The Getaway is going to start from New Orleans on October the 20th, and the Epic will start on October the 30th from Port Canaveral. Now, if you're a savvy cruise-aholic and you want to take a Caribbean cruise for maybe a good deal, you might want to check out through your favorite sites cruises on Carnival, on the Epic and the Getaway for Caribbean in October and November, because these two ships are being brought back from Europe, and they're coming back early. This is the fluff part of the announcement. The announcement went on to say that due to unprecedented demand in the Caribbean, they're bringing the ships back to the USA in October to offer Caribbean cruises. But what they're not saying is because they can't sell the ships out in Europe, I think they're having trouble in October competing with MSC and everybody else over there. And I think what's happening also is the cruise line, run by very smart people, and many of these people can add and subtract. They are looking at a cruise line that is $30 billion in the hole with bankers, with higher interest rate payments coming due here. They need to cut expenses and need to improve profits. And if you can't sell your cruise ship out in September and October and part of November in the Mediterranean, you pull the ship out of there right now, bring it across the Atlantic, and take it to U.S. ports and try to sell cruises out of Port Canaveral and New Orleans. And I would bet you that you might find some deals on Norwegian on these two ships for the first month of cruising from late October to late November. I bet you right to December there are probably bargains to be had on these two cruise ships. But look, I'm going to assume that other issues that might be plaguing these ships are higher port charge fees in Europe and fewer port cities allowing cruise ships in. I've done a video here. I've done a discussion with you on this show over the last 2 months ago, telling you about how many European ports don't want cruise ships nowadays, especially if they're spewing their exhaust into the air for 8 hours, an 8-hour layover. They don't want them in there. They want liquid natural gas at worst, and what they really want is shore to ship powered cruise ships that can shut their engines off and plug into the local power supply. These two ships might not be equipped for that, and that might be the issue. It's a combination of things, in my humble opinion. I believe they are desperately trying to cut their costs down, and so they don't want to buy fuel in Europe at European prices. They would rather buy fuel from American refineries at American prices. New Orleans, pretty close to Texas, cheap prices. Food, alcohol, expenses, cheaper for American from suppliers. And then there are the American tourists who are an easier sell for upgrades. And that could be just it right there. It's nothing personal. It's just business, and it's good business. And if Norwegian can get each ship to make 150,000 a cruise more money by not spending as much and bringing more in, there's your gap. 150,000 a cruise per ship, that's 300,000 a week times 4 weeks, 1.2 million a month more to the bottom line of Norwegian. And every million counts. 1.2 million on an annualized basis, $15 million. That covers a lot of bank interest. That covers a lot of interest on loans that they are struggling to keep up with. So there's that. I've heard from Norwegian in other press releases that they are reviewing everything. They are completely reviewing their entire future. And I believe this move, as flowery as they're making it, is actually out of necessity to get these ships to the North American market, bring in American dollars, and spend American dollars. So it's just cheaper to operate in this area. I also suspect that the ships won't travel as far as they do in Europe. Again, it's just a hunch. Call me skeptical, but I have a feeling they're going to save a lot of money doing it this way. Anyway, so that's something to watch. I don't know what the future holds for Norwegian ships. We, of course, saw some of these new ships coming out right now that they've contracted for, and they're contracted through shipbuilding contracts with European financing. No problem there. But these ships, once they're in the water, they have to deliver. And I'm getting the impression that Norwegian will continue to start offering cruises that have shorter distances to sail over a 7-day itinerary. And they're going to find ways to nickel and dime you to death. If you remember, Norwegian's famous for nickel and diming everybody. I've been waiting for Norwegian to increase their Wi-Fi expenses. Princess did it, we heard about last week, a major price bump for 1-week cruises and 10-day cruises and what have you. Daily costs of Wi-Fi are surging higher by up to 60% on Princess. When is Norwegian going to follow suit? I'm expecting it at any time. We'll keep you posted. All right, so that is the story there on those two ships. Just kind of wanted to give you my opinion on this, just to kind of give you an idea. Okay, I've got some cruises for you. Deals on cruises. By the way, thanks again for these thumbs ups. We now are sitting on a total of 33 thumbs ups on this show. Thank you all for helping out. And 44 of you are here. So if you're able to hit that thumbs up button, let us know. Thank you very much. All right. I was looking for some deals on cruises, and I thought I would zero in on the kind of cruise that is always a good deal. And usually in the springtime and in the fall, these kinds of deals start to show up. And I thought I would do a quick search today between March of this year and June of this year on repositioning cruises. What kind of deals could be found for repositioning cruises? All right. That's one thing I wanted to zero in on. By the way, this here is the Epic, the Norwegian. That's one of the ships being affected by the early deployment to North America, to the Caribbean. And of course, here is the Getaway. Here's an overhead shot of the Getaway right there. A couple of shots of the interior of the ship. The Getaway is a great ship, beautiful ship. I mean, it's really nice. But yeah, they've got to generate and maximize the money that this ship can generate. There's the Haven, I believe, on the Getaway. Okay, so what I did was I came up with some repositioning cruises, and the first cruise that I found that caught my eye was on this ship right here. Let me find it. Here it is, right here, the Britannia. The Britannia by P&O Cruise Lines. I believe P&O is owned by Carnival, if I am not mistaken. Very loyal following from the UK. This ship has a huge following. Of course, Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth had been on the ship as a visitor. This is either when it was probably when it was first built, and so she was given a tour of the ship. She was probably in her 80s at the time when she was doing it. Yeah, the ship, a typical cruise line, big ship, holds 4,000 passengers, very much UK themed. And so if you're a fan of the United Kingdom, you'll get a kick out of this ship if you want to take a repositioning cruise. Let me pop up the cruise, some details for you. There is a cruise available on this ship that will go from here. Here we go. It'll leave from Bahamas and will work its way in the Caribbean over to Ponta Delgada and to Southampton. Matter of fact, the ship starts in Barbados, and you get on the ship on the 22nd, Friday. But we don't leave until Saturday in the evening, actually. And then St. Lucia, Sunday, the 24th of March, St. Kitts, the 25th, Antigua, the 26th. And then you've got, was it 5 sea days there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you end up in Ponta Delgada, Portugal for a day, and then 3 more sea days, and you end up in Southampton. So again, here's the map right here. And I'll tell you, this is an interesting cruise because you leave March 22, and you arrive in Southampton on April the 5th. And that is just coming out of the spring weather. And if you're going to stay either in the southern UK or whether you're going to head from there, take the train across to Europe, the Channel maybe, and head down to Italy for the early part of April, mid-April, you're going to have wonderful weather down there. And then work your way back up through Austria, Czech Republic, Germany, France, and then maybe back to Southampton, Heathrow, fly home. I don't know. This cruise, let me show you the dollars here. Let me set this up. So there I am down there. This is a 14-nighter, so it's 2 weeks, and you can take an inside or a balcony, same price. I would suggest you take the balcony, $14.95 for the balcony. And it's a beautiful ship, absolutely beautiful. Like I said, it's extremely loyal following of the passengers of this ship. The P&O line has got a diehard set of cruisers from the UK annually go on this ship. This ship will ply the UK waters and will be in the Baltics all summer long, Scotland, all around Scotland, and the folks really have a good time here on this one. So there you go. There's a deal on a ship that Her Majesty blessed with her presence, and a beautiful ship, and good reviews. I believe I also have on this ship some stats. Just give me a second. Yeah, here it is right here. Britannia was built in 2015 and refurbished in 2019. There you go. 143,000 gross tons, 1,082 feet long. Passenger capacity, 3647. Cruise size, 1,350. So 5,000 people are on this ship pretty well when she's right at the top. 448 inside rooms, verandas, 1,362, 64 suites. There you go. Tipping expected? No. And this is a UK thing. Tipping guidelines, tipping is not required. So if you are sick and tired about being gouged by these cruise lines nailing you for tip charges, daily gratuities, here you go. $14.95 includes your tipping for 14 days. Some of these cruise lines are charging $20 a day per passenger. So you're saving, $560 in tipping, just your room charge, let alone everything else. So yes, there's some value there. Okay. All right. So there's the first one. All right. That's the first one for you to think about. The second repositioning cruise starts on March the 30th and ends on April the 21st. And this one is a bit of an itinerary. It's from Sao Paulo, Brazil, to Florence, Italy. I mean, this is one of those once in a lifetime, maybe for some of you, kind of cruises. We're talking about the ship known as the MSC Grandiosa. It's a big ship right here, the Grandiosa. This is a huge ship. Beautiful interior, really just over the top, gorgeous. Here's the deal on this one. You would leave from Sao Paulo, Brazil. So if you go all the way to the bottom left of this page here, don't mind me, I'm way over here. Okay, so right by my head down here, you see where it says Santos? See those spots? Those are the stops you're going to make in South America before you cross the Southern Atlantic, and then you come up here to Europe. So let me show you the actual itinerary so it's a little easier to understand. You're going to start in Sao Paulo, which is Santos, Brazil, Saturday, March the 30th. My suggestion, if you were going to take this cruise, if Jen and I were to do this cruise, we would get there a week to 10 days before the cruise. I am not interested in a 2-day hangout in Sao Paulo, Brazil. I would want to be there in that region for a little longer, get a feel for the place. Anyway, jet lag over. You're on that ship Saturday, March 30th. The 31st, you're in Ilha you pronounce that for me. And Ilha Grande, Brazil on the Monday. Tuesday, April 2, Buzios, is that it? And then Rio de Janeiro, Wednesday, April the 3rd, all in Brazil. So you've got 4 stops after you start your cruise. Then you have a long run from the Tuesday the 4th until Thursday the 11th. Thursday the 4th until Thursday the 11th. That's a 1 week at sea cruising. You end up in Santa Cruz in Tenerife in the Canary Islands. You get a sea day. Then you're in Casablanca, Morocco. Another sea day, Malaga, Spain. That's a beautiful place. Another sea day, and look at this, Valencia, Barcelona, Marseille, and Florence. Wow, that's like having a Brazilian cruise with a European cruise. One at the beginning, one at the end. And you're on the Grandiosa. This ship is a 2019 build. Remember, 2 years it was just parked in the water with COVID, so it's only been sailing for 3 years. 181,000 gross tonnage, 1,094 feet long, 141 feet wide, 6,300 passenger capacity, 1,700 crew. So there's 8,000 people. 708 inside cabins, 1436 verandas. Very nice. Tipping is expected. Tipping guidelines are $10 to $16 per day per guest on your onboard account, depending on where the cruise is held. It cannot be adjusted, so you got to pay it. A 15% tip is added to all beverage orders. The service charge for children between 2 and 11 will be 50% less than the adult. And there's no charge for children under 2. Okay, fair enough. Now, this cruise, if you're going to take this cruise, you're looking at these kinds of dollars. The 22-nighter, that's 3 weeks and a day. Look at these prices. $699 for an inside room here. Ocean view, $859. Balcony, $1139. That's $50 a night for a balcony, kids. Who cares about the $15 tip on it automatically? That is a bargain here. The suite is $32.99. I'll grant you that's a little high, but the inside room for $700, 22 nights, 3 weeks plus a day. Are you kidding me? That's $235 a week. You can eat that for breakfast, let alone lunch and dinners. Man, this is a deal. Again, there's your itinerary. Kind of broken up into 2 segments there. The bottom part is the Brazilian part, and then the upper part is the European. I tell you right now, you get there a week to 10 days before you go, and then you're in Florence. You're going to stay in Italy. You got to stay 2 weeks in Italy after you get there. I mean, come on, it's Italy. Take in Florence, Pisa, Rome. Go to Venice if you want, Naples. Head up to Milan. Just grab trains. Take train rides. Wow, what an itinerary! What a cruise! It's pretty nice. Yeah, it's pretty good. There's your number 2 cruise right there. I hope you like these. Let's see if we got any comments from anybody. Am I supposed to add any questions here? Just double checking here. Okay, Tom Henry, traveling with Bruce. How about the daily service charge being a factor? I wonder if European cruises have a higher number of cruisers going to guest services to take them off the bill. It could be, my friend. Tom, the service charges go to pay the staff wages, not as tips, but base. So remove charges could be hurting the payroll funding. BW number 36, British theme. Does that mean that the food is very bland or fried everything? I've heard very positive reviews about the quality of the food. I really have. Tom Henry, mushy peas, laughing out loud. I'm sure they have a pub on board, and you can get pub food. But I'm also pretty sure that they have a nice steakhouse and pretty nice seafood. I'm sure you will be happy on the Britannia. But you gotta go and let me know. You got to tell me. All right, let's talk about another repositioning cruise. This one is Holland America. The new Statendam is the name of the ship. 14 nights, April 7th to 21. This is Port Canaveral to Rotterdam in Europe. So we're talking about this ship right here, the new Statendam, classic All America ship, 5-star service, dining room, really nice, as you can see. Let me take that mushy pea comment away from there. Enough of that. There you go. Look at that dining room, beautiful. The ship is really nice. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. Let me get into the details of this cruise, if I find my way. Here we go. This one here leaves from Fort Lauderdale, and you end up in Bermuda. And then you go across the Atlantic, and you have a Fort Lauderdale departure with 2 days at sea. There's King's Wharf, April 10th. Then you have 6 days at sea. You end up in Brest in France, St. Peter Port, Guernsey, Channel Islands. Friday, Paris, Le Havre. Then you have Dover, and you have Rotterdam in Holland. Sunday, the 21st of April. The ship itself is 2018 build. 99,500 tons, Netherlands registries, 975 long. We've got 115 feet wide, 2666 passenger capacity, 1,036 crew, and inside cabins 280, with balconies to 912, suites 164. Tipping is expected. It's Hall America, $16 a day, $17.50 on the suites. These amounts can be adjusted on board. However, 18% tip is added to all beverage orders. This is ultimately a Carnival branded cruise line, but it's 5-star. Here you go. What a deal here. 14 nights, 2 weeks, $300 a week in an inside room, $599. Ocean view, $849. Balcony, $899. $900, $450 a week for balcony. That is a steal. Brochure suite, $2,000 a person, not necessarily a steal, but the balcony sure is a good deal. Wow, that is a pretty nice cruise, I would say, from here, Fort Lauderdale to Rotterdam. And of course, before you take the cruise in Fort Lauderdale, you got to get down to Miami or Orlando and enjoy Florida for at least a week. Then you get ultimately to Rotterdam. Now, Netherlands. You got to go to Amsterdam. You gotta check out some of Europe. You can make this the beginning of a serious European vacation, without a doubt. Whether you're going to Germany or France or Spain or Austria. I mean, hey, Copenhagen, Denmark. Head to Stockholm like Jen and I did. You will not regret that. The longest days of the year are not too far behind here. You get there April 21. You're a week or two in Europe. You're now into early May. The longest days are a month later, so you got a lot of daylight to enjoy each day's activities. Man, it's a beautiful place up there. So, yeah, that's worthy of a look-see. All right, one more cruise for you. This one is a Norwegian cruise on the Getaway, and it's a 14-nighter, April 29 till May the 13th, New York to Southampton. Here you go. So you're going to get on the Getaway ship right here, the Getaway with the water slides and all the pool areas and the Haven if you want the Haven. Here's a dining area here, the buffet area, very nice. A restaurant area here. Then you've got here's the water slide area. If you got kids, heck, if you're an adult, you think like a kid, you can enjoy yourself. You want to hit the Haven? Here you go. You got your own private hot tubs up here. The pool, the loungers in the water, the loungers around the water. I mean, hey, pretty nice stuff. Here's an itinerary for you. This is leaving New York City, going right off to Canada to Halifax. There is a wonderful city to visit right away, and then heading across the Atlantic. Check out the itinerary, though. It's a little different. It doesn't just go to Southampton. Look at this. New York, sea day, Halifax. Then you've got 5 sea days, and you end up in Dublin. Then you go to Belfast. Then you have a sea day to Amsterdam, and then Zeebrugge in Belgium, Le Havre for France, and then you end up in Southampton. Now that's a nice little itinerary. The ship itself was built in 2014, refurbished in 2020. 145,000 plus tons, 1,068 feet long, 170 feet wide. The beam, as they call it. Passenger capacity, 3,963, 1,600 crew, so 5,500 people. 508 inside rooms, 1,344 cabins. Tipping guidelines, this is Norwegian now. Automatically, will add $20 a day per guest to your onboard account for any category up to including club balcony suites. $25 a day per guest at the Haven and other suites. A 20% tip is added to all beverage orders. Spa and salon services and all specialty restaurant or entertainment-based dining. There is no charge for children under 3. So 20% tip money. Yikes, that is expensive. I'm not kidding. I'm not going to hide that from you. Here are the prices, though, on the cruise. You'll save here and pay on tipping. So inside room for 2 weeks, $641. Ocean view, $883. Balcony, very nice, $980. That's $490 a week. That's a good deal. The suite is still not too bad. $1,271 a person. That's not bad for a suite. You might want to go right up to there. They are offering $100 categories sorry, let me repeat that. $100 cabin credits they're offering, no matter what the category of cabin you have. Now, one thing I have not mentioned to you guys is on all of these cruises, if we're talking about Britannia, that's a Carnival cruise line, All America's Carnival, and Norwegian's Norwegian. If you're a shareholder of Norwegian or Carnival, you can get cabin credits as a shareholder perk. And in the case of P&O, that's a 14-nighter, the All America's 14-nighter, Getaway 14-nighter. I believe you're either entitled to a $200 or a $250 cabin credit on these cruises, just being a shareholder on top of any other benefits. So for some of these prices, getting a $200 to $250 cabin credit might take care of one of the tips that you might have to pay. Now, Britannia, no tipping, so that's good. But on Neustadt and Getaway, if you get a $250 credit, that's 12 and a half days of tipping paid for. So that helps a lot, okay? So keep that in mind. So this cruise here, New York to Halifax, over to Europe with a number of stops. And obviously, if you're going to take this cruise, you have got to get to New York before the 29th of April. Get there a week before and enjoy New York for what it has to offer you, never ending. And then at the end of it, Southampton, heck, you got the UK down there. You can take a quick ride, rent a car or take a bus or train, go to Bath and enjoy Bath for a while, enjoy Wales, head to the London if you like, enjoy London for a week, perhaps enjoy UK for a week, and then head to Europe and enjoy Europe for a couple of weeks and make it a 1 month trip overall. And this deal in the middle of it is just making this trip very economical. I think that's a pretty good deal. Something to think about. You never know. There might be some of you who are going to contemplate that. There's the Getaway. There's the new Staten Dam. There's the Grandiosa with its huge cruise. And of course, over here, the Britannia with P&O Cruises with a very, very big party-like atmosphere. That could be just the kind of cruise some of you guys are looking for. I thought, what the heck? I thought I'd show you these cruises. I thought these would be, worthy of consideration. BW says, Tom Henry, I'm laughing at your comment there. Just because you rolled your R's when you said breast, you still said boob. BW, thank you, my friend, for this $20 super chat. You're kind of very generous tonight. Being goofy and goobers, I digress. You do good work in all you do. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate that, and all of you who support our channels. You guys are the best. Moonlight Graham, I remember when Bruce dominated the meme stock universe. Good times. Yes, indeed. We do what we can. Anyway, thank you all for everything from both my channels, viewers. You guys are the best. I appreciate you all. We have got the thumbs up meter now sitting at, how many now? 43 thumbs ups, guys. This is awesome. 56 folks are watching. 43 thumbs ups have come in. I so appreciate that. I hope you enjoyed today's video on the cruise ship biz, and got a kick out of those repositioning cruises. Of course, every spring we see these deals show up on cruises, and of course every fall, September, October, November, you have these deals. In the next month or so, by the end of February, more discounts might be shown on some of these cruises because cruise lines will drop the prices to fill the ship up across the Atlantic to get people on it. There are all kinds of reasons to get ships to Europe. Then, of course, there are ships that will make their way to Alaska. Some of them might be repositioning from Florida all the way through the Panama Canal up to Seattle and Vancouver. Some of these repositioning cruises might appeal to you that start in Honolulu or ultimately start in Australia to Honolulu, Honolulu to Vancouver or Seattle. They might be worth a look as well. So keep that in mind if you're, looking at a longer than usual cruise in an itinerary you might not normally get. There you Louise, I was talking to a gentleman, so I missed most of your show. Well, Louise, way to go. I think that's okay. You're forgiven. There's always a rerun. Thank you all for being here tonight. And as usual, the thumbs up meter, I appreciate it. Trying to get to 100 thumbs ups. The rerunners out there, I put it over to you. 48 thumbs ups are in the house. We're almost halfway there. And if you're watching on the rerun, please help us out. I send all my kindest greetings and all the love from Jen and I to all of you. Thank you so much for your best wishes for Jen's recovery. It has been working very well. She is doing extremely well with her second hip operation. And she thanks you all for your kind words and best wishes to that effect. 49 thumbs ups. Another one just came in. Folks, I will see you here next week in February. Next week is already February. Can you believe it? We'll keep you posted how Auntie Jen is doing on her physiotherapy as she is getting up and getting around with her new hip. She has 2 of them now. It's incredible. And we will be, as each week goes by, we're talking travel. We will be bringing that topic up around here. And we'll just see what's going on. Sharon, have a great week and love to Jen. Thank you all. Jen Jr. says hello to all of you as well. She's heading home on Sunday at the end of the weekend back to Calgary. And we've had a wonderful time with her here as well. Thank you all for your support, your best wishes. All the best to all of you around the world watching TWB. And those of you who are watching my stock market channel, we'll see you tomorrow morning right over there for some more fun. Okay, guys, all the best. We'll see you next time. Bye for now.